Hi there. This is Diane Brandon Moody, and I have another episode of 50 Something Love. This time, we're going to talk about do you know the qualities that you want? And are you being reasonable? I talk about this a lot. Just as a reminder, these are short little snippets of episodes leading up to Simply Irresistible, which is coming, and Thursday's free event, which is called Same Man, Different Outfit. This is, you know, you probably have found yourself in this situation before that you know, your dad was always distant to you, so you were determined that the one thing you would never do would be date, be with, or marry someone who is distant. And damned if they just all didn't turn out to be distant. This happens a lot. This is nervous system. Your nervous system is trying to protect you with the familiar. You may not like it, but it's familiar and ergo it feels safe. So that's what Thursday is about. If you want to sign up, it's free. All you got to do is go to my website, dianebrandonmoody.com, and there on the first page, you'll find a link to find me. Okay, so getting back to the qualities that you're looking for and are they reasonable? I find that this is true of a lot of women. If you have never been married, and you're, in your late 40s, early 50s, something like that, you're getting, it's been a while, that you start adding to your list. Well, he needs to be this, he needs to be that, he needs to be the other, he needs to be over 6 foot, and he needs to make six figures, and he needs to yada, yada, yada. All of those things that none of them on their own is an unreasonable desire, but you put them all together and you have a Disney prince. You don't really have a real man that exists in this planetary time. So I often encourage women to think about the parts that are really, really important. For instance, and don't get at me with the spark, you got to have the spark. Of course, you want a spark, but in the beginning, don't let the spark rule everything because you want to look for reliability. You want to look for a person whose words and actions match consistently over time. If he says he's going to call you on Thursday at 7, does he? Or do you make excuses for it? Or does he make excuses for it? Um, if he says he wants to go on vacation with you in 2 months, does that actually happen? Now, sometimes there are good reasons why maybe it doesn't happen, but overall, we're talking, like, is there some reliability there? Do you have communication or is he super mysterious? Have you been to his house? All of those things, not don't go to his house in the beginning, like in the first month or so. Don't do that. But I mean, eventually you should be invited over at some point. All of those are the kind of qualities that really matter. Is he thoughtful towards you? Does he help others? One of the reasons I was really attracted to my husband was because before we even met in person, his mother had lost most of her house in a hurricane, and he and his brother took their vacations to go down there and fix it, which I thought was a very kind thing to do to someone. His mother lived with relatives. She didn't live in her house any longer, but having somebody do that so that the house could be for sale is like just a really thoughtful thing to do. And he is indeed a very thoughtful person. So those kind of qualities are what you need to make your most important. Um, Men under 6 feet can be very sweet, can be very thoughtful, they can be very nice. You don't have to hold out for 6 feet I think when women do that, 6 feet or higher, what they're really saying is that they are very insecure in their own body. They feel large, and if a man is 6 feet or over, that she'll feel less large when she's next to him. Um, it's either that or it's evolutionary. We tend to be attracted to taller men because they protected us, back in the cavewoman days when if we were having babies and we weren't being protected, we could easily die. It would, I mean, that still happens, but it was extremely necessary back then. So you can be attracted to a man who's 6 foot or over, and maybe you'll even end up with one. But come on, like try somebody who's 5'8". If you like him, you like him. And if it doesn't work out for another reason, then, you can move on. But try some things that are a little bit different. I think it's very wise to have some qualities that you're looking for to be more important than the physical attributes. And a lot of women will argue with me and say, no, 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 they can't do that. Okay, well, then you get what you get. So, anyway, you also may be working out of your lizard brain when you kind of pick those tall ones just based on their height, or maybe they don't treat you so well, and but you keep on with them because of some other silly reason. We don't need to do that anymore. This isn't 100 years ago. You have the freedom to move on, especially when you're over 50. You just have the freedom. So, anyway, that's about all I have to say about this topic. And so, tomorrow, I wanted to let you know that we're going to be talking about if you have grieved your past relationships, because I think this is very important. And if you haven't, what do you do? So we'll be talking about that tomorrow. Meanwhile, again, a reminder, sign up for Same Man, Different Outfit. That's going to be next Thursday, um, the July 9th, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Time. Go to my website and you can find all you need to, dianebrandonmoody.com. If you have questions, you can send me an email. It's on my website as well. And I am really looking forward to this. I think it's going to be very exciting. So thank you very much. And we will be talking again tomorrow. Bye bye.